Hi, I'm astrologer Penny Dix and welcome to another Astrobite. And this one is for today, Sunday, the 9th of February. And this is about our lovely planet of communication and thought, Mercury. Mercury today in Aquarius is conjunct the Sun in Aquarius. We also have another interesting aspect, which was also here a few days ago. We've had it for a few days, this one, but it's Mars, our god of action and war, drowning at the moment currently in Cancer, retrograde still. And Mars is trining, at least it's a trine, or at least that's what Saturn's saying, but Mars is saying, well, I don't know, I think I find the trine quite hard. And Saturn is trining Mars from Pisces, and Saturn's saying, well, at least I'm giving you plenty of time to get yourself sorted out. And Mars is saying, yeah, but you know, come on, let's get going, let's get moving. I've had enough of being in the depths of despair and the sort of the emotions of whatever Cancer is bringing up for me. So for me today, doing this Astrobite, this is take 3 or take 4, because the first take was absolutely perfect until about 3/4 of the way through the word of the day, my front door buzzer went. And the language is, what can we say? Well, it's not acceptable under the guidelines of what YouTube deem as acceptable conversation. I think it had something called profanities in it. And so I just thought, no, the easiest thing is to actually go back and just record it all again, because otherwise I'm not so good at the editing bit, and it was just, oh, I'll do it again. So anyway, here I go, whittering away. But am I actually giving a kind of sense of what the energy is like today? Because the Sun conjunct Mercury in Aquarius, right, is Aquarius we have to look at first, is a sign about, it's about the community at large, but it's about innovation, technology, it's about freedom of speech, it's also about, it's about rebellion. So I'm just wondering, because in this chart, the Sun is conjunct the midheaven, so which basically means this is happening at midday. And Mercury is conjunct it. So this means, are we going to see a world leader coming out with something which is a little bit provocative, rebellious, a little bit shocking, because they are both loosely squared by Uranus, now direct in Taurus, that rules Aquarius, saying, hey, I've got my eye on you because I just want to remind you of a few things. So there's something here about potentially shocking news. Now, this could be anything, bearing in mind that Uranus, of course, is actually in Taurus, which can mean things to do with the weather, with the earth movement. You know, we've had all those tremors in parts of the Greek islands. I don't know, because I'm recording this on Tuesday, the 4th of February. So what may happen between the 4th and the 9th, who knows? And so, you know, but Uranus is on the ascendant of this chart. So Uranus actually becomes quite important in the interpretation of Mercury conjunct the Sun. And I just think that there is something that comes out that is shocking. But do you know what? At the moment, nothing is surprising any of us, really, is it? Because it just keeps on coming. This is the year again that's going to keep on giving. And, you know, world leaders keep on surprising us and saying extraordinary things. And if we look at the other energy, which is Mars trining Saturn, Mars down there, interestingly, both Mars and the Moon are conjunct in the second house. The second house, remember, is about finance, the economy. It's about everything that one accrues as a country or as an individual. And Mars is really fed up. And Mars is saying, look, a trine is just tiring me out, actually. Even though I know, Mars is saying, because it's a trine, Saturn is saying, you know, the outcome will be good. You've just got to wait. But it's like, yeah, and how long? How long have I got to be in this pit of despair? How long have I got to be worrying about my financial situation? How long collectively are people in various parts of the world going to be worrying about whether they will have enough money each month to pay all their bills? Because I think the moon that's in the sign she rules, Cancer, conjunct Mars in this part of the chart, is saying, you know, the people are just saying, we've had enough. And I also think that this is something about the Mercury conjunct the Sun, is that we might even see people going out on the streets today and actually being a little bit rebellious. And, you know, I think as long as this is done with the right attitude, because there's never any point in going out full of anger and hatred. One has to go out lovingly to say, look, let's be reasonable. Let's, you know, have a little bit of common sense here and find a way to make things work. So I think there's going to be a lot of fear and anxiety around, or maybe has been over the last few days, about the economic situation just in general on the planet. Because with what happened at the beginning of the week and literally really around the time that I'm actually pre-recording this video, and the tariffs being imposed on other countries on their goods, imported goods, this is going to affect everybody, everywhere on the planet. It's really, really serious, really serious. And Saturn is saying, be prepared for limitation, be prepared for having a time of frugality, of just holding in the reins, being a little bit more circumspect about how you spend. But it's timing. Give it time. It will improve, I feel, is what Saturn is trying to say. And so our word for the day is timing. And of course, this has come out more or less the same, maybe slightly differently from when I did it the first time through, when I got interrupted. So maybe what I've said this time through is what is meant to be said. And maybe the first time through is not what the cosmos wanted me to say. So we could go with that. But the thing is, that of course is my word for the day, timing. So this is where I got cut off by the door buzzer last time. So let's see what happens this time. Well, Carl Lewis said, timing is everything. It certainly is. And William Shakespeare said, better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. And that's true. Carl Lewis also said life is about timing. And you know, this is the thing with timing, isn't it? It's like we can really be in the right place at the right time with certain things in our lives. We can also be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And sometimes that can be not good at all. But it's about having faith again, isn't it? And it's about living with the kind of the uncertainty and trying to read and watch and listen to the signals the universe gives us, because the divine is always trying to guide us and protect us and make sure that we go in the direction that is best for us, for our highest good. And so, you know, it is about sensing timing. It's like when I've talked about in conversation with another, how sometimes we can be so insensitive and not read the energy of another. You know, we have to think about the timing of when we actually open up difficult conversations, because otherwise it can be, well, it can be very destructive. And, you know, Yogi Berra said, you don't have to swing hard to hit a home run. If you've got the timing, it'll go. And, you know, that's also reminded me of something about my friend Sarah said about tennis, because she's a great tennis lover. And, you know, Sarah and I have this other channel, Channeling by Penny and Sarah. And she was talking to me about serving in tennis. And she said, it's all about not holding on to the ball too hard, so that when you raise the ball to serve, it's one smooth kind of movement, one action, and that you have to be kind of in harmony with the ball. So the ball leaves your hand with the impetus of the energy coming down your arm through your hand, at the same time to coincide with the swing of the racket that hits it. And I thought that was a very, interesting metaphor of timing. Leo Tolstoy said the two most powerful warriors are patience and time. That's Saturn. That's the planet Saturn. Pericles said time is the wisest counselor of all. And timing, of course, and time is a great healer, is another thing that is often said. Kenny Smith said, timing is everything in this league. And I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I never lost my confidence. Rashida Jones said, timing is everything with relationships. It's true. Sometimes it's just not the right time for them or for you. Or it's the right time for you, but not for them. Doesn't mean both of you are not suited. Just means the timing is out. It's wrong. But you know, when that happens, I think it's the divine stepping in and saying, it's not the right time because it's not the right relationship. At least not for the present time. So Miyamoto Musashi said, you win battles by knowing the enemy's timing and using a timing which the enemy does not expect. And that's true. And finally, Maya Angelou said, timing is everything. Chemistry is something. Interesting. So, on that note, I shall leave you to find time to give time to yourself and your loved ones today. And maybe you'll find time to join me later for the live stream at 6 o'clock Central European time. And we can get together and discuss the week ahead and the energies of the week ahead. So thank you so much for joining me for today's Astrobite. Please remember, as always, to like, comment and subscribe. And thank you too for all of you that are new subscribers and all of you that take the time to watch me, listen and comment. Bless you. On that note, I'll say bye for now and I'll see you next time. Bye.